Good morning, dear cadets. So, I am teaching you chemistry of 9th class. Actually, I am not supposed to teach. Somebody else has to teach this one, and I think after one more week, another teacher will teach. Nevertheless, time being, I have assigned the work, so I will teach this particular topic. Okay. So, we are in the chapter number 1, matter around us. So, rest everything I hope that you understood and you got the video. Now, here there is a temperature scale. There is one thing which is given in the NCERT syllabus of first chapter of 9th class chemistry, that is temperature scale. So, temperature is measured in two scales only. One is Celsius scale, other one is Kelvin scale. Actually, there are 4 scales. But according to your syllabus, I am bound to teach the syllabus things only. Okay, 4 scales are degree Celsius, Kelvin, Fahrenheit, and the Roemer scale of temperature. Okay, so here in 9th class only 2 are given. Okay, Celsius scale is denoted by degree Celsius, like that. Kelvin scale, never say degree Kelvin, only Kelvin, K. Okay, Kelvin is the name of scientist. Okay, now interconversion of Celsius scale and Kelvin scale temperature. So here write down the heading: interconversion of Celsius scale and Kelvin scale temperature. Okay, so just see here. Now try to understand. We'll give you one formula. Okay, so K equal to C plus 273 means, what is the meaning of this one? If degree Celsius temperature is given, it should be added with 273. You will get the Kelvin temperature. And C equal to K minus 273. Okay, 273. Okay. So now this is the formula. Okay, and I hope that you are understanding. If you are not understanding, we'll give you some examples, then you will come to know. Means if Kelvin temperature is given, that should be subtracted from 273, so you will get the degree Celsius temperature. There are some exercise we'll solve here. Okay, so just see, this is the relation for the interconversion. Okay, this is the formula. Now 2 question is there. Convert the following temperature to Celsius scale. So Celsius scale means these temperatures are given in the Kelvin scale. You have to convert into Celsius scale. So this formula should be applied. Just see here. This is the formula. So now I am solving A. Just see here. What is the first temperature? 300 Kelvin. So the degree Celsius equal to 300. Put the value of Kelvin temperature here. So 300 minus 273. Okay. So what is the here? See, 300 minus 273. So what is the means ultimate answer? 7. Now 2. Okay. 127. What is that one? Sorry, 27 degree Celsius. What is this one? 27 degree Celsius. Am I correct or not? So here just write 27 degree Celsius. Am I correct or not? Just see. Now 573. 573. So here just write. Just see. 573. 573. Here also write 573. So here what is there? 0, 0, and here 3. Correct or not? So 300 degree Celsius. What is the next one? 293 Kelvin. So here what you will write? 293 293 Kelvin. Okay, so here 293 minus 273, so 0, here 2 and here 0, 20 degrees Celsius. What is that one? 20 degrees Celsius. Now next one, D number is, keep changing this one, D number is 470. So put here 470. Okay, so write down here 470. So now here 7. Okay, 470 minus 273, 9, 1. Okay, so 197. Please check once again. 10, 3, 7, 8, 9. Now this become 3. Yes, 197 degrees Celsius. So you can add also 273, 197. So what is this one? 0. Yes, correct only. 197 degree Celsius. Okay. So in this way, if Kelvin temperature is given, so that can be converted into degree Celsius. Now next question is, convert the following temperature to the Kelvin scale. So now Kelvin equal to degree Celsius plus 273. So just see, here only I am applying K equal to, this is A, K equal to 25 degrees Celsius plus 273. So what is that one? 273 and 25, 8, 9, 298. So what is this one here? 298 Kelvin. In B, what is there? Just see, 373 plus 273. So K equal to, okay, so just try to understand here, K equal to 373 plus 273. Okay, so now 373 and here 273. So 6, 14, 1, 646. That is equal to 646 Kelvin. And here what is there? C number. So the K equal to what is there? 100 degrees Celsius plus 273. So the K equal to 373 Kelvin. Okay, and here what is there? D number equal to 250 degrees Celsius plus 273. So the K equal to what is there? 250, 273. Okay, so here 3, 523 Kelvin. 523 Kelvin. Okay, is there any problem? Yes. So this is the formula to convert the degree Celsius into Kelvin and vice versa, means Kelvin back to degree Celsius. Okay, so in this way we can convert it. Now what I will do, some NCERT exercises are there. I will show you those exercises with the help of extra marks. So okay dear cadets, now some NCERT exercises are there and I am going to complete those exercises with the help of extra marks. So the question number first that I have already completed. Convert the following temperature to the Celsius scale and convert the following temperature to the Kelvin scale. Just now I have completed. Okay. Now let us move towards the question number 3rd. Give reason for the following observation. Naphthalene balls disappear with time without leaving any solid. We can get the smell of perfume sitting several meters away. Okay, so just see here, I can explain. naphthalene is the substance which undergoes sublimation. And what is the meaning of sublimation? Sublimation is the process in which substance directly changes from solid state to gaseous state without undergoing liquid state. So naphthalene is sublimable substance. It directly getting converted into vapor state without converting into liquid state. That is why it is not leaving any, it is disappearing without leaving any substance. Second one is we can get the smell of perfume sitting several meters away. So just see, perfumes, they are using some volatile substances. Volatile substances means which can vaporize easily. Okay. So perfumes, they evaporate very easily. Okay. And with air, due to the process of diffusion, they travel to the long distance. That is why by sitting several meters away, we can easily feel their smell. So here two processes are playing important role. Number one process is diffusion. Second one is perfume is having substances which gets evaporated easily. Okay. So just see their answer also, we'll see. Their explanation may be bit different. Okay. So naphthalene is sublimating substance. Therefore, naphthalene balls sublimate, that is turns into vapor without changing into liquid. Therefore, they disappear with the time without leaving any solid. B number is we can get the smell of perfume sitting several meters away because of diffusions. The molecules of perfume spread out through the air and reach to the great distance. Okay. So this is the question number third answer. Now question number 4. Arrange the following substances in increasing order of forces of attraction between the particles: water, sugar, oxygen. So water is a liquid, sugar is a solid, oxygen is a gas. So what is the order of force of attraction? The strongest order of force of attraction is in solid. Interparticle attractive force is very strong in solid. So the first who will come? Sugar. Second who will come? Water. Last one is gas. Interparticle attractive force is almost negligible. So the third one is, and the last one is oxygen. Okay. So oxygen is gas. Therefore the force of attraction is negligible between its particle. Water is a liquid, so the force of attraction between its particle is more than liquid and less than solid. Since sugar is a solid, thus force of attraction between particles is greatest. Hence the correct increasing order of force of attraction between the particle is, as I have already explained you. Okay. So the force of attraction is strongest in solid and force of attraction is weakest in oxygen. What is the physical state of water at 25 degrees Celsius, 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius? Okay. So physical state of water 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, just see. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. Now boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. So at 25 degrees Celsius it will exist as liquid with some water vapor above the water. So mostly it will be in the liquid form only with some water vapor above the water surface. Okay. Now next temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. So just see. Always remember, at freezing temperature and at boiling temperature, two states of matter coexist. Means just see. If you are talking of freezing temperature, so always remember, solid state and the liquid state will coexist. Okay. So 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point of water. So here water will exist as solid as well as liquid. So at 0 degree Celsius, water can exist as a solid as well as a liquid. Small amount of water vapor will be present in the air above the water ice mixture. Now 100 degree Celsius, that is the boiling point of water. So boiling point of water, two stages. To be in gaseous state, liquid has to evaporate. Okay, so two stages, that is the liquid state and vapor state. So at 100 degree Celsius, water can exist in both liquid and gaseous state. Liquid and gaseous state. Okay, over. Now next one is, give two reasons to justify water at room temperature is liquid and iron almirah is a solid at room temperature. So very simple thing is there. Water at room temperature is a liquid. Okay, how you will justify? Okay, now water is having flowing property. Okay, second one is interparticle attractive forces in between the solid and gaseous state. Correct or not? Moreover to this, some other liquid property you can write here. Okay, and iron almirah is a solid at room temperature because it has got fixed shape. Okay, interparticle attractive force is strong. In case of water, what you can write? It hasn't got the fixed shape but fixed volume it has got. Just 2-3 justification you should write on the basis of characteristics of solid, liquid and gas. Okay, so just see, water has no fixed shape but has a fixed volume, that is, it occupies the shape of the container in which it is kept. Boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius and its freezing point is 0 degree Celsius, but the room temperature is between 0 degree Celsius and 100 degree Celsius. Therefore it is a liquid at room temperature. Okay, all the atoms in iron are very tightly packed at the room temperature. Also its melting and boiling point is very high as it is metal, so it is solid at room temperature. So why an iron almirah is a solid at room temperature? Because its melting point is very high. Now it has got the fixed shape. Okay, fixed shape and fixed volume. Okay, so these are the some of the reason, that is why almirah is found in solid state at room temperature and water is found in liquid state at room temperature. Okay, now let us move to the question number 7. Okay, so why is ice at 273 Kelvin more effective in cooling than water at the same temperature? Okay, ice. Okay, cooling. Cool means to provide the low temperature. So why is I 273 Kelvin means 0 degree Celsius more effective in cooling than water at the same temperature? Now just see, 0 degree Celsius means 273 Kelvin is the freezing point as well as the melting point of ice. Okay, the moment you keep the ice at 0 degree Celsius or 273 Kelvin temperature, so what it will do? It will absorb the temperature from object or wherever it is kept to be melted into liquid state. So whenever it will take or whenever it will absorb the temperature from the object, now substance will be cool. Okay, because their temperature has been taken away by the ice. While in case of water at 0 degree Celsius, it will also take heat, but their heat taking capability is less as compared to ice. Why? Because it can be converted into vapor state at 100 degree Celsius. So that much temperature it has to take from the object. So temperature difference is a lot. Here ice 0 degree Celsius, their melting point is there. So very little bit amount of heat it will take from the object and it will be converted into liquid state. While water, to be converted into vapor state, it has to absorb the heat from 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius. So that much heat is not possible to be absorbed. That is why ice is more effective in cooling than water. Now let us see how they have explained. I hope that you understood. Now just see. Ice is solid form of water, which at its freezing point absorb heat to get converted into liquid from form at this constant temperature, which is called the latent heat of fusion. When completely converted into water, it will absorb heat till its temperature become equal to that of the surrounding or the body to which it has contact. Water at 273 will only absorb heat till its temperature become equal to that of surrounding or the body to which it has contact. Therefore, ice at 273 Kelvin more effective in cooling than water at the same temperature. Actually, the way they have explained, that is not clear. What I am telling, that is clear. Ice has to take small amount of heat to be converted into liquid state, okay? And the moment it absorbs small amount of heat, it will be converted into liquid state and it will provide more cooling. While water, what is there? Water, it has to absorb the heat so that their temperature become equal to the surrounding. So only little bit heat it will absorb because its boiling point is very high. Okay, so more amount of heat it cannot absorb from the body. Okay. Any substance absorb heat so that their temperature become equal to the surrounding temperature. Okay. So just see, here ice will absorb and immediately it will be converted into liquid state and it will provide more cooling. Here what is there? Water will absorb little bit heat so that their temperature become equal to the surrounding temperature. So that is why ice is more effective in cooling than water at the same temperature. Okay. I hope that you understood this one. So thank you. Now duration of video is also over. Thank you. Remaining question I will complete tomorrow's video.